following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
We are after dark in sport mode, and tonight in the Diablo region, it's the top seed against the upset special of the region. One of the upset specials, the one upset special to make it to this round. It's the top seed Yepez. He comes in 6-1 off the heels of his Final Four run, looking to make another regional final, maybe even another Final Four. He goes up against Laraujo, who's made major, stunning victories in the first two rounds to make it to this sport mode 16. It's 1v13, and it's the final game of the night after dark. We take a look at what we've seen today, and Lara trying to follow in the footsteps of Ed Ziemba. He's the 13 seed in the Spider region, took out Seth Cole, who took out Ashley last round, Seth did. And he moves on to the Spider finale to take on Monkey or Caesar. Will be on the road to start that series. And then in the Mustang region, earlier this evening, Vapor just had every answer against Peter, taking him out in a 5-game sweep. And now we come to the Diablo region after the games in Spider and Mustang. And we take a look at the bracket. It'll be Yepez and Lara coming up. Yepez took out Drip last round. Lara took out Clay last round, both in 5. And on the other side, it's going to be Nam versus G-Man. G taking out Rogers, who is the other big upset story in this one. 10-15. And then the only chalk matchup of this round 2, 3v6, and Nam took out Sting in a 7-game thriller. And they will square off 6 versus 10 tomorrow night at 7. We welcome you to the Sport Mode 16. And, we were just here. We were literally just on. It's kind of, to appear, it's kind of crazy. We were literally just doing something, and now we're watching some more drives. Like the drives just never stop. We crossed divisions, and now here we are. And now we're talking about a previous one-time world champion in Yepez taking on Lara, who's got that upset momentum. But both really have strong momentum coming into this. Yepez trying to look for another regional final, maybe another Final Four. He's 6-1. And Lara, after not able to get out of round 1 for first tournament in March, got 2 wins and got all the house money momentum. What do you see in this one?
Yeah, I mean, we're back at it. D2 to D1. Really, I'm expecting Lara to put up a really good fight here against Yepez. Yepez, the obvious favorite, being the number 1 seed. But I do think Lara's going to put up a good fight here, taking it to possibly, 9 games here?
Yeah.
I believe it's 9.
Yeah.
We will see who is going to get the best of the drives tonight. We're going to see who is going to be
Who's going to
stopping
drive it the furthest?
Who's going to drive it onto the green the fastest. So
yes.
we are wired up tonight, and we're going to go ahead and get it started real soon. So rev up those engines.
Oh, here we go. Yes, start your engines. Yepez, I'll start with you. That's pretty good, Yepez. It's 51st state. we're just going for it, aren't we? Oh man. Anyway, Yepez, my actual question before I lose my mind. It's game 1. Please don't kill me. It's not, we haven't even, not even game 1. It's pregame. Don't kill me, please. That's a great quote, though. I gotta hand it to you. So, going off your words there, you've gotten 2 5-game series wins against Ellison and Drip coming in here, Yepez, and Lara's had a similar one, having quick and finishing series, sweeping Bo and beating Clay in 5. What are you gonna do to stave off their momentum? You have the momentum yourself. What do you see here against Lara? How do you expect to get the job done? Quick and easy. Okay. All right. Yep. Fair enough. Play like usual. All right. Simple enough. Lara, same kind of question to you. You know, you're going up against someone who's won a world championship at one point, back in 2023, and you got that house money momentum. What do you got to do to keep it going and pull another shocker here tonight against Yepez? 51st state, man, that's wild.
He's just coming out swinging.
He is coming out swinging. You're so right. Oh my
Coming
god.
Drive.
I not sure it will not fall out of my chair.
Yes, we need to do the pledge. I not short.
Lara says
You
I just have to play my
solemnly
cards right, make the
swear.
right calls like I have been recently. Yo, Juan Yepez, the GOAT. Oh my god. Look at this dude. Oh my god, that is a crazy call, man. That dude was awesome. One of the greatest one year hit wonders. Anyway, Brad, you can initialize. You'll be our ref tonight. Because I realized I didn't ask earlier. Yepez gonna get a rude awakening from the generator. Oh, Shapiro, are you saying you're lending the generator to someone in this room? Are you lending the batteries? No drives. Oh, maybe. No drives to left field by Yepez. Oh, he don't care. Yeah, could do a lot more. Oh my goodness. Only putts. And we are after dark, folks. It is time.
Time play.
My goodness. Yeah, I just forgot to ask him before we started because I was fresh off the D2 stream. Anyway, Yepez, gonna be your call first. For what? Oh my god. We are after dark, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go. Game 1. Diablo semifinal. And I'm already losing my mind, and we're 2 seconds into game 1. No, we're 4 seconds into game 1. There we go.
Things are getting frisky here early on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to bring to your attention once again, last time, Yepez, Leah, that fateful day, was a Final Four pod, and we are back in a Final Four pod.
Yeah, and Yepez is already trying to kill me. This is great. I'm. Nobody tell KT.
Short, you absolutely signed up for this. You have nobody to blame but yourself.
No, actually, I have these 2 players to blame because they picked After Dark, and I'm the only. If I wasn't able to do it, it was gonna be G. And I'm able to do it at this time, so it's me because KT don't do that After Dark stuff anymore. So maybe it's KT's fault. Maybe it's the boss's fault.
Crazy.
Sir Boy. And Superior, as I try to keep my composure here in the booth, we all know that we know that Yepez is known to play those mind games. Loves to dare his player. Notably, loves to dare his players to play the power plays in the middle of the run. What do you think? How do you think Yepez is going to use those mind games to try and throw Lara off his game tonight?
I think he's going to be relentless, and it's going to be up to Lara to have to find a way to defend against them. Just even if it means tuning them out. But we know that this is one of Yepez's strong suits, and there are very few players that can counteract that effectively. So we'll have to see how Lara actually does that.
And Yepez crossing from the M to the Stanford on the red now. And Lara with the half off special to stick with it on red. And crossing back to blue is Yepez. With the Andy 3, we'll see him up against the boss, speaking of which, tomorrow night, 9:15. And Lara counters the lane 7, so... Ooh, was it a green 7? Yeah, green 7. I was going to say, there's a little bit of a misplay there. That's okay. Yepez keeps it going, and he crosses over with his own card.
Let's see if we can get that telegraph going. And here comes Lara loading up. See what he has there.
And it goes for says based on his own play.
That is going to be a triple play into red. Interestingly enough, the only yellow we've seen so far was that first card, that bow tie yellow. 2. No yellow since. You pass back into the green. Here comes Lara again. Over to yellow. Big undercut there. So now we're going to be running down the yellow, maybe. Skittles is on the table. We saw 3 Skittles in that D2 game. That was crazy. Double play, yellow.
You're definitely going to see a little bit more control than the last one, Tapir, you think?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You're only going to see ammo when it's necessary.
They aren't shanking those drives. They're hitting them short and straight.
Oh, yeah. Torched at 400 yards.
Shut up, Yepez.
Shut up, Yepez. Go play your game. God.
Bad boy. And I think Lara is just gonna. You'd think Tapir. I think Lara is just gonna, lock in and it's the Masters, bro. I know. That's what I said. No, I was gonna say, like, Yepez is gonna, he's gonna play his mind games, but I think Lara, he's deafened at this point. I think he's gonna try, and lock in and try and not pay attention to it. Might laugh at a joke or two, but ultimately it's just gonna come down to. It's ultimately gonna come down to staying locked in, keeping the cool.
Absolutely. And there is obviously I don't know for anyone at home who knows this. I am an avid poker player, and there is a saying that we have at the poker table called the cards speak. So that no matter what you say you have, the cards speak to what you actually have in your hand. I think that's a good indication of what we're going to see tonight. The cards are going to speak to exactly the card strength that both of these players have. It's not going to just be the mind games. They're actually going to have to show your ammo drive, and you're going to have to show how you're going to get to the win, however you do it.
They're going for the Allen 9, one down for Yepez to the background 8.
Still running down the red. Lara's up by 1. Also has a possession arrow. Here he comes. What's he got? Let's see it. That's going to be big. That's +6 for Yepez. Triple play into the Nick 9. Yepez at 12, switches over to green. Lara looking for check.
As crossing back to the green and a 6 over. Lara, was that a good switch for Yepez?
If it's a +4 finish, it wouldn't have even mattered. Let's see.
Like we said, we're going to see a lot more ammo control, a lot less crazy, and that
Yep,
is the
there it is.
+4 finish. And just clean ammo control from Lara, and that's pretty clean cut there at the end. A little bit of split as well.
And that is absolutely where you compare that to D2, where the ammo just burns a hole in the player's pockets. And you have to wonder that kind of playing rarely survives in a D1 matchup because that ammo comes in play when you most need it, which would be in a +4 finish like we just saw.
Yeah, just under 8 minutes on that, I believe. Yeah, 7:47 on that. And it was really the +2s and the +4 that got it done. And Lara, I mean, did draw. Yeah, plan A from Lara really was. I care. Actually, I'll go to Yepez first. Yepez, I think I'm gonna sense that you probably didn't have a whole lot to work with there. Yeah, only 1 +4. Yeah, I think you were just trying to control the switches there, and I mean didn't think you had a +4. Yeah, I don't know if there's much you could have done differently. Lara basically had all of it. Do you think maybe the amount of switching you were doing could have cost you in any area? Or do you think you did all you could have done there? Use the +4. Green thought green was a lock. Okay. Yeah, well, little too late in that case as well. So Lara did have that skip. That was about all need. But yeah, and of course the undercut. So Lara, I think that was just clean cut plan A. I don't know if you had anything to add to that, but that's just all I could see from up here. If you had any comments on that, otherwise we can move on to game 2. It's a longer plan A, but it was still plan A. Didn't draw once, and switches seemed to pave a path for you. I don't think there's much comment over on that side here, so I think we can probably, unless Lara plan A pretty much, yeah. All right. Clean cut here. We'll see if that can continue for Lara. As maybe
That's about it.
Yeah, just didn't have much to say there. Had a +4 in the back pocket, but it probably wasn't going to do him much good. We'll see what happens up next. So, Yepez still free board. What'll it be? We're gonna go 14 again. And we start with Atomic 8.
This 5 for game 2. Over to red. A little bit more of the aggression there. Immediately switching.
Crossing the background 8.
And of course, short, you have to wonder on a 14 card start, you'd have to wonder. He obviously has green in this situation. It would be very rare, just percentage wise, for him to not have any green.
Yeah, with 14, unless.
Maybe he just has a lot of cheese.
Could have a lot of cheese. But Yepez wants the tomatoes, and we're going to
Lot of
ditto
cheese.
the tomatoes. We are rocking and rolling.
I guess technical 888 there. Monkey in the chat, good to have you, sir. Yepez back in the green with the wild. That is very telling. Maybe he just... We'll see. So, very interesting. He went to that red. Ditto from Lara. Now he's back into green. And draws? Whoa,
Ooh,
okay.
Interesting.
Interesting. And now Yepez's going to have to run. He's basically short. He just has no choice but to run the green now.
Well, yeah, and he pulled
Like,
a
I
fade,
don't
it
see
seemed
any...
like. Oh, wow!
And
Pulls a
back into
red.
red. So Lara very clearly does not want to have any part of that green. And now Yepez is out of red. I don't think he's out of red. I think they're just looking for ammo here. You think, short?
Could be. Lara's just gonna
It's
run
still
it.
14
Yeah, Yepez
cards.
might. Yeah, he could. Yeah, Yepez could definitely be building a portfolio as Lara pulls ahead now.
And of course, obviously, one that there are many... It's just D1 101, if you will.
Yeah.
Here comes with the red 2.
Don't think it's me. I think
That
you're
is
cutting out a
what
bit
is
too
that?
here.
The Zach 2, right? Sorry?
You're going a little bit there. Crossing to blue now.
Good now?
For now, let's see how it goes. Here comes
For
Yepez.
now.
Oh yeah, there
Alright.
goes again. Yepez with the triple, got the +2 over to Lara, so now it's I take. Oh, I hope it's not my internet. There we go. Had my interaction fail. Not seeing any drops. Cool. Looking now, Yepez just ahead by the possession arrow. Lara got +2 back, so eye for an eye on the draws at least. Here comes Lara coming back. Gonna cross over to yellow in response. And Yepez has it. We're putting some cheese on this here salad.
Lara looking to even it.
Yeah, just trying to keep pace with Yepez here at this point, unless he's got a double play.
And I wouldn't discount, say, a run at like 5 or 4 cards. Could be
Just a
possibly
green.
a scenario here.
Yeah.
With the way that they were see So we'll
Yeah, sounds like it's struggling over there, Tapir. I'm not
line
gonna lie.
drive straight for the green.
Line drives.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think you're cutting a lot for me. I don't know if it's just me or anyone else can hear him cutting out. But sounds like your internet's struggling over there. Don't know. Sounds like internet drops. Crossing to blue is Lara. Oh, crossing back, undercut.
I'm gonna go ahead and close out of everything. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, so Tapir will be back. We're gonna keep it going here, though. Check of the log
Quick
by
hop
Brad,
in.
and yeah. Just past the 6-minute mark. Definitely less ammo to speak of here. I mean, they both played an eye for an eye with the +2s, but ultimately been a little bit slower pace down, but both trying to make a run at it. Now here comes Lara to blue.
Lara did take a while to make that decision, though, so I'm curious what the rest of their hand ends up being.
Yeah.
Crossover.
Ooh. Undercut there to yellow. Here, you good?
Testing.
Gotcha.
Okay. We're gonna try that for now. I forgot it goes a little weird when I'm on voice chat for too long, because we did have that D2 game earlier.
Oh, true.
So it just goes a little weird after a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah. Yeah, you were cutting like every few words. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, we're gonna keep it yellow. Sorry, mate.
I cut out. Oh,
God.
oh my
Yepez. Oh, I
God.
think he's got the 4-card finish to even it up at 1.
Oh,
Double
goodness.
+4.
Oh no.
And see, there it is. Classic
Yeah.
Yepez.
Real quick, did I cut out at all there?
I didn't notice. And now
Okay.
Yepez. So now there you can, and to Pierre, unfortunately, it's a tragedy here because we can't do 14 anymore. It's locked out for the
That's
series.
bad.
Man,
That is bad.
what's wrong with you, Yepez? You against fun? Anyway, not.
Well, we're just gonna have to do 4 cards now.
Yeah, this is a 3rd place game. We're testing new things. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, Yepez, I mean, I'm guessing that, I don't know, did you have both those +4s off the start, or did anything come from the deck there? Because I would have guessed you saved them. Adam knew it, heard nothing on green, duplicated the duos, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it had, yeah, that's good number of fish in the 2 +4s, alright.
Yeah, that's a lot of connection there that you can use.
Yeah, I mean they were both icing each other, but Yepez just had the upper hand at late down the stretch there, and those +4s really did. Yeah, and it's hard to. I mean, it's not a given to Pierre when you get 2 +4s, Mr. Generator, but it's definitely hard. It's definitely a good shot if you have 2 +4s in the hand there.
Yeah, it's a lot easier because you just essentially have a bridge to anywhere. You can just go from different colors
Yeah.
and connect them up instead of having to wait for multiple ammo cards like reverses and
Or the
skips
right
and
number.
+2s. Or the right number, color
But I mean,
efficiency
he had
too.
the
Yep.
right numbers too, though. Like he was able to save those.
Oh yeah, he had all the right answers. I like personally if I have like let's say in my hand I have like a ditto, sometimes I'll try to end on that ditto just because it's easier to finish there instead of having to, let's say they're different color numbers. It's very hard to end on a number efficiency with different colors. So it's just another one of those, tips and tricks that sometimes works out.
Absolutely. All right. So, yeah, unfortunate to see 14 out for the rest of the series. I guess it was just in the script. Lara, I don't have much for you there. Seems like you just got burned on what you burned Yepez on in game one with the +4s. I mean, he had control of the switches and just kind of led his way down. And those duos, like you mentioned, I don't know if there's much more you could have done in that spot. Definitely had a fighting chance, but just seems like he had all the answers in the right places. Yeah, well-timed green switches, absolutely. It was clear that it wasn't safe. I don't know much more you could have done there, unfortunately. But it's still a long series. It's still a best of 7 going forward. So we'll see how it continues on. So with that, Lara, it'll be your first home game of the series. Game 3, what will it be? Can't be 14.
No way it goes 15, right?
No way.
This early?
No way. Yeah,
Certainly
13.
was 13.
One down.
One down this time. Brad puts it in. Here we go. About to start it up again in game 3 underway. 1-1 in this best of 9 series. Start with the yellow 9. They are going with that defense strategy, of course. See that from a handful of players in the league, but not a ton do it that way.
Stingray in the house. Good to have you, sir. Thank you for tuning
Oh
in.
boy. We are after dark now.
We are after dark.
And Lara taking a moment to think it over. Ashley style pace on the first turn. 55 seconds in, game first card is down.
A little bit of a risk assessment there.
Not to throw shade at the strategy.
Yepez says we are officially after Fark.
Yeah. Only, we just need a 0 card and it'll be complete.
Let's go. I don't know. I think it was which one was it? In UUT. They started with 1 card. Was that the Charleston one? I can't remember. Charleston Classic. They started with 1 card start. It was like a best of 7 games.
No, I think it was the one. That was the one that like turned into like a T5.5 because of the format.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the other Steven 6 is played by Yepez. And Lara really pushing the pace control here. It seems to be kind of doing that quite a bit in this series. Seen Yepez say, "Hurry up, syrup man." Pushing this. Oh, goodness. And Yepez trying to play a little bit of the table talk mind games, but Lara's just locked in focus to Pier, and that's really what you got to be. Especially if, I mean, you could play into it if you have good composure, but Lara, I mean, just trying to stay locked in, wants to play mistake free, doesn't want to play into the table talk, because we've seen it in previous games where the players get get talking, and then it starts to go off the rails for the one that may not be as used to it.
I did double check. It was actually the Charleston Classic that
Was
started
it?
with one card.
Oh,
Yeah, that was crazy.
that was crazy.
It was like 4 out of every 5 games was just the first, turn end.
And Lara levels up there with the background 8. And the sand for 6 in response for Yepez. It's a slow roll here in game 3, and Lara just by a pair right now. And no ammo to play, just the one draw on yellow for Yepez. That is the difference here. And now he takes that difference back with the +2, goes up by the possession arrow. So that's the first ammo fire of the game. What does Lara do to respond?
Couple extra freshies there. Maybe got something off of that. We are at 8-9. Lara taking it back over to yellow. Undercut from Yepez. Over to blue this time.
Perfect timing. I just got some more water. Hydrate or dihydrate, folks. Oh, he's going to the grass. Undercut.
And
With the
ladies and
Yepez
gentlemen, you
card.
walked into a Skittles.
Oh, double undercut then. Nice. First Skittles of the game.
See if we can start running down these greens a little bit. Here comes Lara. Looking for a possible double play, maybe. We'll see. Nope, just the one. Green 5. Here comes Yepez. It is 6-6 tied right now.
Possession arrow favors Yepez, and now he's taking it more. +4, sending him back to a 6-card deficit. 10-4.
And at this point, it's going to be Lara trying to figure out,
We
how
are
to get
after-
out of this tight spot here. Lara reassessing the situation here. See what he's got.
Cross to
That's going to be
red.
a switch over there. What is Yepez going to do in response? Is he going to keep it red here? Maybe not. For another day, he says. Oh, he's going to go back to the blue on the +4. That's another 4 for Lara. 3 cards left. Maybe he can line them up into a finish here. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is.
Wow.
He's going to pull ahead by 1 there.
I threw
Doubles
Lara
up.
skip in there as well, and it's 2-1. No 4-bagger. 3 4-bagger. Yes, it is a 4-bagger. It's just in 2 messages. You can't escape the 4, Yepez. You will be associated with it for the rest of your season. Similar length as well, and taken nearly the same time, and yeah, but within seconds of each other, and it's 777. The winning and those go buy some lotto tickets. That seems to be what the deal is here. And I mean it's slow grinded out to Pierre from both of them. I mean, really not a whole lot of ammo shots. They've been controlling it. They haven't had much to really throw at them, and
Let's go gambling!
I don't know who pushed that, but
I did.
yeah, it hasn't been a lot of ammo. They've been controlling it, and I mean Yepez again with the 2+4s, and he just got the job done. I don't know what more to say on that.
It has been a very reserved game as opposed to like we saw that D2 game. There is not a lot of much to say at this point. Only, I guess all I would have to add is just how far they can keep it going with the timed switching and the ammo control. See how far that is gonna last.
We'll see. We'll see if any more really comes up. Like, look how little there's been. Only 5+2s in the first 3, 5 skips, 2 reverses. It's been the +4s, and Yepez has had double +4s in back-to-back games, and that's why he's up 2-1. Started down 0-1. See if that continues. I think the generator's working for him, Tapir. Must have passed him some batteries.
I distinctly tried not to, but he got his hands on it
He
anyway.
must have stolen them. Had one, but you didn't play it. So, and Lara also had one in that game one. So, yeah. So we'll see how it continues to go. Lara still no 14 for game 4. What'll it be? And we'll keep it 13. So if Lara wins, it'll be 13 and 14 locked out. And here we're really seeing 2 players that like the similar, card starts. They're both in the same wheelhouse, and we may just keep seeing high tier across the board because it seems to be working for both. If Lara gets this one, it's 2-2, and they're both locked out of 13 and 14. We'll have to see where this takes us.
It's definitely something to notice. Usually you would have that wide variety. Obviously, we do still have a best of 9, so we could see like the 5, 6,
We'll
7
see some
show up
variety. CSR
later.
will force it, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
But we are at 13 right now. We're still sticking with those high starts, so we'll see what happens here. Starting off with the blue reverse here. Lara with the first shot. Assessing the situation here. Starts off with a blue 3.
Once again, taking his time off the start. That was over a minute.
Yepez with the Brad Deuce.
Timestamps say 2 minutes, but it was just short of 2 minutes on our clock. The Brad Deuce 1 down. Lara with a skip, 1 down again. Gangsta. Got crushed, unfortunately, even by way of sweep over Vapor earlier today in second of our triple header. We'll also have a triple header tomorrow featuring someone in this VC. Or actually, 2 people in this VC. Not in the same game, but
That's
2.
crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Talk about that a
That's
little later.
wild.
Hey, that's an Uno joke. Nice.
You're going to watch my drives too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not on stream, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, we just couldn't find a time for that
Yeah.
one because he had a huge exam going on,
Military
and
exams.
due to him being across the pond, just the timing wouldn't work out. You can't do anything past
Yeah.
like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, unfortunately, but good thing that we can get it in. We hate to hand out DQs, so it's good to see that. At least get a shot at it.
Yeah.
Wild from
Yeah,
the
that was
Llamas
my
Wild from Lara, and now they're going
yeah.
back and forth. Yepez with the +2. G-Man Rogers. That was the round 2 game. That's crazy.
And the drives are in full force.
Are in full force. Yepez with that +2 goes up by 2. Snatching the PA away from Lara and a little bit more than that. Cross to red.
4.
Hey, look at that.
4.
Look at the red 4.
4.
Hey, Tapir, and you're completely
4.
Hey, Tapir, I have a question for you, and you're completely unbiased. You're completely definitely unbiased opinion. Is that the best 4?
It is the best 4.
Or is that the best 4?
They're all the best 4.
4s.
4. Do we have 4 Skittles? Do we have 4 Skittles?
Yeah.
4 Skittles? 4.
4 Skittles, so we go.
Oh, we're staying
Oh,
green.
no.
Rad 3 on the board. Man. Oh, here's Yepez with the Lara skip.
No way.
I love when they use their cards against them. It's funny.
Hi, Lara.
Hi, Lara. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Boy.
Hi, Caesar. Bye, Lara. Hi, Hockey.
Oh my gosh.
Bye, Lara. I think
Wait a minute.
is no. Hi, Knight. Okay, I'm not gonna do that the rest of the way because I might go insane. Oh wait, I already am. Anyway.
I'm not short. Promise not to fall off my chair during a D1 stream.
I do solemnly swear.
Amen and hallelujah.
Praise Jesus. Oh my god. Crinky.
Crinky.
Cronky.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Cronky. Donkey. Pull the lever, Cronk.
Wrong lever.
Oh my god. Laraujo, meanwhile, has been focused in trying to see what to do after this triple play or quadruple play we just saw from the green to the red. Cronk them out! Cronky! Oh my god. Oh my goodness! Laraujo! Oh, not holding back. Quad play plus one. No, it is. No, he was putting
Is this
something
good?
together on Yepez.
Is this
And
good?
it
No.
crushes.
No,
And now
it's not
crushes
good.
this drive. 450. And it just within 2 of Yepez.
But seriously, that's a lot of ammo play this high. Interesting play.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Definitely. Oh, my lord. Yeah, still ahead. Still ahead. Just by a
And the
mere 2
interesting
cards now. Opposed to still ahead even with the +4. Was behind by 11 and just plays the other knight 7.
just run the red clean.
Yeah. It could be a signal there to Pier though. Green +4, the reverse going back to red again. If they might both be iced on the green though, potentially from that, but could also be fade looks from either.
Yeah, it could have just been Lara burning up that last green reverse into
That's
red.
what you'd think, but you
That's
never
all.
know. You never know.
A little bit more in the back pocket just for a fade look, maybe.
It is potential. There is potential to it.
And I want to highlight just real quick how we see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bagger from Lara with the +4. It served a purpose there. Whereas in D2, you would more or less see just burning a hole in the pocket, just play it for no apparent reason.
Ooh, crossing back. Iced out
That's
Yepez
tough.
seems to have impressed him.
It might just be Yepez is on 2-color now.
Very possible. Lara continuing to run with it. Yepez able to find his way to blue. Back to blue as well. Crossed on the top
Got
floor
that
before, now
gangsta in
crosses
him.
on the ground floor. Lara going for the 6. Had blue as well, even though he crossed back to red. So he's definitely trying to keep his options open, which is not a bad move at all.
We see Yepez down to 2. Lara's got 4 right now. Hello.
Ooh.
+2.
And keep
Wild +4.
Wow.
And that's
Do you see
crazy.
do you see it? Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Oh man. That is
Ah,
tragic.
that's tragic. That's sad. Because now look, now you just burned up all your ammo there.
Okay, burned up all your ammo, but what did you find on the call out? Because you'd have to guess, unless Lara is playing 8D chess over here, that his last card was blue, so he's got a blue he's going to play here. Just a matter of what are those 3 cards that the call out gave.
Sure. And we see that we have 2 regular wilds and 2 +4s used already. Here
Oh,
comes Yepez.
Yepez.
Oh, I
He's
don't
just
know.
down to
Does he have it? I
5.
don't think
Down to
he has it.
5.
Yeah,
Be a 7-card chain. He's
Mhm.
taking his
it would
time
have to
with
be a
it.
7-bagger there. If he has it, he's just making sure he gets it right. He does not. Just a triple play there. Nothing special into the Stingray 5. Here comes Lara building off of those 3 cards from the call out now.
Does he have to respond? Does have yellow. Camaro 8. Down to 2. He's got to make sure to get this call in if he can make it on his next turn. +2 from Yepez, that could be big for him, and it's a scoreboard flipper. So
Yepez down to 2 now. Lara back up at 4.
and you start to think percentages. Half the +4s are gone, half the wilds are gone, but that doesn't mean you're out of the woods. And in yellow, there's no more +2, so the only way he's going to slow it down is with a play like that.
Whoa!
That is big.
That's
Ice.
Ross.
What a
That is
play.
ice.
What a play.
Ice.
That's exactly what you needed,
gold.
and Lara can move. And flips the scoreboard again, but Yepez top decks the Vapor G6, so it's even. But Yepez needs a way out.
Uno. There gets
Does Yepez have a 4? Does he have the 4?
Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness! Does he have the 4? Does he have a way out? But you gotta think about it. Double Uno with that to Pier 4. And is that good for him? Does Lara have a red in the back pocket? 4 for the win! 4 for the win! Triple 4 at the end! Oh my goodness! Oh! Oh!
Solid.
I've 4 for the win. For whatever reason.
Look, there's 4 games. There's been a 4 in the second count of every game.
Realize I'm probably too loud for a dorm building at 10:30, but who cares? I got so I got so wrapped up in the 4. That was crazy. And Lara, crazy bailout, 1 for the books, absolutely. 1 for the record books. Lara, crazy bailout with the 4 there. What was running through your mind as he was there with the switch, or when you would put that green 4 down? What was going through your head there? That was crazy with the number of fish, and obviously crazy play with that green wild to ice him out, coming in the clutch there at the end. My goodness. Thoughts on the clutch jeans? Tapir, thoughts on the clutch 4s? I'm at a loss for words on that one.
Well, I mean, it's the power of the 4s. There's not much you can say. If it was going to happen, it had to happen.
To not get randomly +2. Yeah.
Let's take a look at this. It had to happen on trip 4s, on game 4, in a final 4 pod. Like that's the only way this would make sense. It just had to happen.
Yeah, and Yepez still with the +5 self-draw differential. Not a lot of drawing in this series for Lara. Had a lot of the clutch plays, and last card was yellow 8. Oh man, so you would have been drawing anyway. Oh, if it hadn't been a 4. Yeah, there was no way he could have stopped that though anyway, so. What a win for Lara, and what a game for this amazing culture. The 4s are out in force. We're going crazy. This is crazy. Anyway.
It's crazy talk.
It's crazy talk, absolutely. Yepez, no 13-14 for game 5. What'll it be? A feeling I know what's coming, but I'm not sure.
Let's see.
Okay, yeah, that was my second choice.
Let's go gambling!
No way.
And now we're going gambling. Big difference in this series about to come around. We've seen the grinded out, high tier games in the first 4, and now Yepez is going to try and gamble on the low tier. Here we go. Background 8 to start. And if you divide 8 by 2, you get 4. Okay, anyway.
Y'all get the point.
Crossing over to green early. And again, Tapir, we talk about it plenty of times. The aggression level, you see a little bit. we've seen a lot of control from these guys on the ammo, and now we're all in the low tier, and you never know what the hand is on the other side. Thoughts on how you adjust how some could adjust the aggression level when you go from the high to the low tier in a series?
Well, I think you're just basically doing a total 180. Usually on a 14, 15 card start, you're used to planning out your hand methodically, but here you just kind of have to run with it. Like if you've got just all numbers, you really only have the one play is just to play the number and see what happens. There's not much else you can do there. If you've got a wild, it's a bit of a different story. Sometimes you can just keep that wild in the back pocket and hope it lines up. Otherwise, just burn the wild and set your opponent back 4 cards, and then that way you'll at least have a little bit of leeway.
So, and I also mentioned the fact my constant sentiment is either it can go really quick or really slow, and Yepez crossed over to one and he over to yellow, and he was with the full intention of trying to ice them both out. I mean, obviously it's a you don't know that early if they have it or not, but he wanted to go to hit the deck and try and build a portfolio, and now Lara is doing the same thing.
5 is a difficult spot to be in for sure.
Yeah, they're both drawing, and 5 is definitely a difficult spot, especially in these situations when you don't have anything, because it's either you have it all or you don't have it at all. And neither has it at all here on yellow.
We do
Yepez
have
with a wink.
Yepez up by a lot now, but we'll see if Lara can get that switch off the 6. Does not.
Yepez is up by the mere the mere the mere top decks he's gotten, really. Like that's all he's been up by, because he's
And he
gotten
did
like
just
a
get that top deck there.
couple of top decks. This will free up Lara though, and now the break is being made.
Just as a quick side
Double.
note here, short. Talk to me. What are your thoughts on? Let's say hypothetically, Yepez had that green 6 in the back pocket, and it was just kind of leaning into draw city to get Lara to draw more cards. Talk to me on that strategy. You don't see that in D1 that often.
What, holding on to the green 6?
Yeah, holding on to it and just not playing it there.
Yeah, I mean, we can both be comfortable in draw city, and I think it definitely seems to me that Yepez was trying to build that portfolio, and if he was holding that green 6 down, if he was holding the 4 down with the green 6, he might have just been wanting to try and slow it all down, and now we're looking to be iced again now on the green, so it's very much that it seems like they're both trying to play some interesting chess like strategies, as Lara is gonna top deck excuse me, a Atomic 8, which not what we the other one was played earlier, but definitely their strategy to draw city. Some players it's more they don't have it, but there are other players, and there are plenty of players in this league that drawing on a card can mean a million different things. It all depends on what they've got in their hand and what they're trying to hold on to, what they're trying to build. As Yepez is going to cross the blue.
Absolutely.
I was just about to
And
say,
this
it's all about
another
finding the perfect time to break out of it. We're going to see a switch here. Sometimes you could switch, but you don't. Sometimes you have that color, but you could play it, but you don't. There's a lot of things.
Lara's
That
got
is
something
true.
on the blue. That's very true. Appreciate the thoughts from Brad.
Bad Brad in the house.
Sir.
Yeah. 864. Come on, can we see it? Can we see it? You know what I'm talking
Four.
about.
Four.
Are we gonna get it?
4,
864.
Four.
We're gonna go up
5,
one.
5.
8, 6, 4, 5. Not gonna be a
6, 4,
309
5,
though.
3.
Let's have a little fun with it. We're gonna be a switch on the 5. Okay.
Ooh, back to
Ooh,
blue.
switch back.
Sandwich little
Cross.
there. Crossing back over. It might just be the.
Oh, double!
Whoa!
The double back. No way.
That is a ping pong match right there.
DJ ping pong back, and there's the ghost one.
And a draw. No way. What will this be now on the draw?
Very interesting. That's all Yepez had there. I wonder if Lara's going to take this opportunity to run down the yellow or red. Excuse me.
Looking at
Maybe
the
run down the
log.
red here.
Just under 7 minutes gone by, and 7 minutes has been the benchmark for every game this series. And even on the low tier, we'll get there.
And speaking of fours,
4.
4. Draws on the 4. Here comes Lara. What's he got? We're currently tied 7-7. Lara looking to pull ahead here. Looking for a double play, maybe more.
4.
4.
Lara looking for the possession arrow, trying to maintain the possession arrow. Maybe looking for more, taking a moment here. Maybe more than 4. Who knows?
Play a blue 10. Imagine if we had like 44s, like a yellow 44.
Oh, watch this
Uh-oh.
drive.
Hold on.
Watch
No.
this
Hold
drive.
on.
Oh my goodness.
The drive has been watched.
What a drive onto the green from the tee box. 7-card finish for Lara and goes up 3-2. And Lara, I'd imagine a lot of that got built out of those long trips to Draw City early on. Talk me through that patience game. Try just working your way towards that peak right there in that game. Draw City worked in your favor. Just talk me through working your way there and working your way to that peak after all those trips to Draw City. Oh, liquidation sale. What store in Draw City is selling this? And I wonder, or maybe it's just called. Maybe the store is just called Draw City. You know, there was Party City at one point. Maybe that's just what it is. Must be. Yepez, I don't have much to say. It just seems like Draw City wasn't your friend in that one. And ultimately he had you stuck there on the red, and that was really all you needed, even though you made that crossover. What were you looking for in the tail end there? Because you make that cross back off the blue switch that he made, and then you were quickly iced out. Were you maybe expecting another undercut there? Destiny. Yeah, expecting him to undercut. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my. Not to. Initial hand had decent ammo, no connections. I gotcha. So, Pez going to Draw City was draws well after the big. Yeah, I'm guessing part of that was probably part of your initial hand then. All right. El Tapir draw. I mean, it's classic low tier. It's the other way the low tier can go. We saw the classic quick low tier games with Captain Gaming earlier in the D2 game, but now it's another classic low tier where Draw City has to assist in getting the game, and now Yepez is calling for 12. Thoughts on that one? Definitely a different kind of low tier from what we saw earlier tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Usually with the 5 card, it's over in under 1 or 2 minutes, but this one lasted all the way up to 8 minutes, and it just shows that if you don't have the right cards, you're going to have to use Draw City. And if you use Draw City, sometimes you can get those connections, and that's what Lara did just now. So I think for Yepez, it's going to be a matter of the law of averages again. Lara does have the majority on the wilds. Yepez has the majority on the +4s just by 1, so we're going to see if he can catch up on those. But yeah, I think it's a good series so far, and we do have a couple more games left to go. So
At
it'll
least
be
2 more.
interesting to see where we go from here.
Yep. Yepez hoping for 3 more in a row, but we'll see what happens. Brad, you can put that in. I think he's calling 12 there. Yeah, probably looking at a board series unless we have a quick pair here. At least 2 more games to play.
Only 44 minutes. Like we could have a few quick games still. Who knows?
Yeah, we have 2 to 4 more, so we'll see. 2 to 4 more. Game 6 is about to begin.
Absolutely nobody mentioned how we are at 44 minutes and 24 seconds.
Oh yeah, we are.
I'm
No way.
ashamed of all of you.
Hey
How
Brad,
dare
you know it'd be really cool if you started it?
And what if I started it?
Oh, that's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Oh my god. Revolutionary.
The
Myth skip
symmetry
to
is
start us off.
crazy.
12 cards apiece. Both still have
Ways
their
you can
power
go
play.
here.
In sense, they'd probably save that for. I mean, Yepez can really go with the power play at any time to peer, but I wonder if Lara's gonna try and save it for a clinching scenario. What do you think on that one?
For me, I'm a big believer in the power play lock because it just seems like the most appropriate time to do it. But there are multiple ways to skin a cat, so we'll see
Yep.
how we're gonna do it this time.
Exactly. So double play to start for Yepez with the clay +2 crossing to the JT5. Of course, we talk about this region as well. The winner here, of course, will get either Nam or G. They'll play tomorrow night. And if Yepez wins, he's going to have home advantage being the 1 seed. If Lara wins, then the winner between those two will get home table advantage in the series. As Lara's going to cross to the DJ5 on red, and there's the Tapir 4. It's like it was prophesized.
4.
4. Oh, look, a Nam blue 4, just as I mentioned him. Yepez iced on the blue. And still ahead by a couple, but Lara looking to try and run with the blue here. Yeah. He told me short never loses the other night. I'm like, well, I've actually, I never win, so. Anyway, so far. Here comes Yepez, though. May have been looking for that reverse and triples into green, so might have just been missing that reverse connection as he drew there. Short loses. No, he said short never loses. He did not say not short never loses. He did not. He did.
That is faulty.
Oh.
It is faulty. Oh, dang it.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, dang it.
There's that gone to Pier's opponent tomorrow, and Yepez with the red 3 and 2, 3, 4, and all we need to Pier is a 1 or a 5. Come
1 or
on,
5 for the
1 or a
small
5.
straight. Where is it?
Roll them dice. Oh, oh God, he's ruined.
He just blew that drive to smithereens.
Just shanked it into the trees. Just absolutely shanked it.
Hey, that's a +4. Oh, back to green.
Brad knows when he
Back
needs to
on the
step
green.
in. I love Brad. I love your foresight.
And Yepez draws.
Appears in Brad's foresight just crazy.
I think he's definitely foreshadowing a different kind of drive.
Wow.
That's 2 draws for Yepez now.
Just gonna draw on that other gone too. Lara still running with it. Vapor G6. And Lara's slowly creeping his way back into this one. Just behind by 4.
Third draw in a row. This could get interesting.
And Yepez up by 4.
Yeah, but by 3 now with that draw.
3. Yeah.
And Lara looking to make it 2. You think he's might be trying to build something here. You never know what Draw City could mean for him. Could be trying to build something to come in and sneak in with. Just as Lara's starting to get close to him in cards.
And there's the 4.
Yep, there's a 4, so
There's Lara playing.
may just be
7.
iced out potentially. But Lara showed it's possible to make a big run, so he doesn't want to let him get too close to a point where he can make a sprint to the finish here.
Still running down those greens. And right into the background, red 8.
Crossing to red now, and now Lara left it abruptly earlier, so we'll see if he had any in the back pocket. Had a little on the red earlier, but now obviously off the +4 play from earlier, Lara taking back control into green, which is what stuck Yepez in the mud there. And ooh, Lara has some more in the tank. Wow.
Wow.
Great save there from Lara.
Doesn't even want anything to do with it.
Oh,
right now.
wow.
Uh-oh.
But Yepez, the undercut in a big way.
The undercut of undercuts.
Yeah. Could be a good flush. Could be a good flush for Lara. Though we'll see what he can do off of that +4. Wonder if Yepez has any more in the tank.
Almost as if this point Lara just needs extra 4 cards to see what he gets.
An extra 4 cards, yeah. See if he can try and slow Yepez down. He's down to 3, not 4. Unfortunately.
Lara has to use the power play, so Yepez gets to 4.
True.
That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy. Of course, Lara up 3-2. Remember, cross to blue.
Shanked it right in the water.
And I drove it straight into the water. Onto the green that's surrounded by water. Crazy cross, but oh, Yepez.
Uh-oh, whoa.
Yep, I had a feeling that he might have had more in the tank, and it's 3-3. And classic. How many +4s? Oh, it's a plus. Hey, Hey, Tapir, on the
Uh,
+4s, it's a +4 differential for Yepez.
That's crazy. And on the regular
3
wilds, it's a
+4s on that as
+4
well.
differential for Lara. And on the +2s, it's a +4 differential for Yepez. That's crazy.
No, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's almost seems Plan A, but I think Yepez, did you have all those? To go another 7 you need to buy a freaking lottery ticket. Did you have all those, or did you pick up one of them? Drew one. Okay. Still 2 +4s again. That seems to be the. That seems to be the. That really does seem to be the common theme here. It just whoever has the 2 +4s. You had 2 +4s in almost every game, every win. That is wild. I don't even know what to say about that. It is very wild. Wild +4. Ah! Uh, I don't.
Hardy har har har.
I. Oh my god. I don't even. I don't have words to dignify this. Syrup boy got jokes. I kind of set him up for that. That's a layup. That is a layup. That's like a chip shot onto the green from like right on the edge of the green. 50. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Well, 51st State apparently does, and now he gets the Game 7 call. Lara, it cannot be 5, 13, or 14. How many for Game 7? Now it's down to a best of 3. Not a best of 4. That's not how this works. And technically it was a best of 4 starting in Game 6, so we chilling.
what? It was not a best of 4. You can't.
Technically, because it's whoever does the best in the final 4 possible games.
Yeah, but it's not even. It's not a true. There's no way to have a true best of 4.
No. Go 11. One down from the
Oh.
previous.
Okay, 11. I was expecting.
There
And
we
a
go.
wild start.
Ooh, free choice.
Culture prevails.
Probably not.
Let's see.
I don't
Well,
think.
like,
I don't
no.
think we see. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think the culture. Culture. Oh, Yepez wants the culture.
Oh,
Culture. Dog.
It could be. Oh, no way.
Tired, Brad?
Not really. It's only 9 o'clock. And they are going to draw. Okay.
Yeah, I'm yawning less, and it's 11 o'clock for me. Anyway, by the way, for those in the Eastern time zone, happy Wednesday.
You hush.
Yeah.
Wait.
I just yawn,
Wait.
okay? Like, I yawn in the middle of the day, okay? I yawn.
Oh yeah, that's
For
fair. I yawn all the
24
time.
hours.
I'm just giving you crap.
Yeah. I yawn all 24 hours of the day, okay?
Real. Yeah. Tapir, how does it feel to be in the Eastern time zone and it be Wednesday?
Yeah. Wait, isn't it also Wednesday for your Fez?
I
And
mean,
Yeah, I guess it is Wednesday. I'm not,
we get Wednesday before you do. So like,
yeah,
that's cool.
There's part of Michigan's in Eastern, part of it's in Central.
yeah. Okay, so we can split the here.
Yeah, like if you're on the western side, like near Lake Michigan, you're in Central.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like only like the UP, like way up north. That's
No,
what
like
Michigan.
right over the border on the other side of Lake Michigan, like that's across way from Chicago's Central Time. Or no, is it? No, it's Eastern, isn't it? Most of Michigan. I think a little bit of
All
it
of,
is Central.
all of Southern Michigan is Eastern. Even if you're on the lake right across from Chicago.
Oh no, it's not. Actually, yeah, just a little bit of the UP. I'm tweaking. Like
Yeah.
part of Indiana is in Central, but most of it's in Eastern. Like I remember because I've gone up in Western Michigan a lot of time. Um, been taking trips along the lake. Um, anyway, Yepez goes for the double. It's a nice place. Plenty of them. Crossing to blue was Lara, and then the double play. Now he crosses again to yellow. I've been, you talk about 51st state. I've been close to it many times, but I have not been there. Square roots that to the monkey 3 with the carrots.
We're going to play the yellow route 3 here.
Carrots that will never escape the allegations. We go double up that 3 to the 6. And cross it back down. The allegations. No. Not gonna go too hard on that. Although I probably already did. Crossing over to the Radin 3.
The 3-piece is real.
3-piece. Indeed. Oh my goodness. We are just going multiples of 3. We went 9, 9, 3, 6, 3, 3, 9. And another 3! We love multiples of 3 here in Game 7,
And
which
another
somehow
6.
isn't a multiple of 3. And a 6! What?
9, 3, 6, 9.
And Lara draws.
Oh my gosh. Multiple of 0. We are going to divide 0 by 0.
Computer
For the
explodes.
first time ever.
Computer explodes. It'd be funny if you asked like your phone to divide by 0, and like instead of the instead of like saying you can't do it, imagine if just like blew up your phone thinking about trying to do that. Triple play on red and then crossing over as Yepez on his own 7, and Lara looks to be he's still iced on green, so definitely a good move from Yepez. And he's down to 2 and looking to try and go up 4-3 and pull in that power play lock. But Lara trying to slow it down, looking for anything, doesn't have it. Yepez, does he have the win in his sights? And he does.
Oh, no way.
Classic. And that is win number 4 in the series. And it goes to Yepez. And Lara took game 1, 2 in a row for Yepez, 2 in a row for Lara, 2 in a row for Yepez. And if the trend continues, Yepez is screwed, but he's got a power play to lock it down. Yepez, I think that was really just a case of knowing that once you knew that Lara didn't want green, and it was pretty much that was the key for you. I mean, pretty simple to be 2-3. Yepez getting cooked in game 9. In game 8 and game 9. Game 8, a multiple of 4. I think it's just the control. Yeah, Lara is playing really well. Absolutely. I mean,
Definitely.
yeah, definitely not holding back. And I mean, it could be octaweights. Oh my god, that is crazy. And this game finished in 5:56. Not unfortunately, there's no fourth. Very sad. I'm quite depressed about it. It's just it's a tough life. Anyway, Tapir, I mean, Yepez has got that power play lock, but I mean, Lara's been playing so well. What do you think he's got to do here? I mean, he's gonna have one more call in this series here in game number 8. Do you think there's anything he really needs to adjust in this point? I think he's just really done all he could in this entire series so far, and now he's really up against it. Do you think maybe he even tries to pull the power play out to counteract? What do you think on this?
I don't know. I think he's just doing everything right here. I don't really have much else to add, other than maybe just adjusting like the card start mechanics there. I think he's got one more home game left in the series here, so he does have the ability to use that to his advantage. And then, like you said, the power play thing, whether he can pull that off perfectly. So we'll see how the rest of the series goes that way.
All right, game 8. Lara, final call. Kill you. He did show up after that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Or as Monkey says, that's creamy. Lara, no 5, 13, 14. What'll it be? Oh yeah, we're sending it. Here we go.
There it goes.
Sending it for game 8. And again, 8 is a multiple of 4. Why did you send the Skittles? You good over there, Brad? And in the Skittles.
Brad, go to Skittles jail.
Brad got PTSD. He was hungry. He was hungry. Oh my god.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Full disclosure, this broadcast of MRE Uno Division 1 is not sponsored by Skittles or by Snickers. Anyway, game 8 starts with the zero sugar. Goes for putts instead of drives. Superior, your thoughts on the claim that G-Man's making over there?
I have never been so offended by something I absolutely agree with.
No, we aren't sponsored by Skittles. We just love Skittles for no particular reason. Dog! What the hell? God! Oh my god! What? Wow! That was the most out-of-pocket thing he said all night. And he's already said some pretty out-of-pocket things. Holy shit! That was... God, I did not see that one coming. Anyway, 4! It's absolute... Oh my god, man. That was so out of left field. Anyway. Oh, Jesus.
I have walked into the room to peer.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You can't help.
Right, anyways, we got the table talk is going pretty crazy here. I think we are
What if I
devolving
used
into
to be a
D2
golf
tactics.
commentator?
D2 tactics, so true.
So here we are on the 8th
Can remind you,
hole.
regional finals coming up in Toronto. Looking to make the
We're
final
on
four.
the 8th hole.
On
On the
on
8th hole
Here
here.
we go. Yepez, Lara,
Here on the back 9. Here on Sunday at Augusta. No, we're not.
Here's Yepez. Gonna use the blue 7-iron. Interesting play.
Yeah, remember this is only a 9-hole course, so get to a point where if you fall behind far on this hole, hole 9 might be worthless.
Laraujo,
But,
you're gonna have to take a penalty shot here. As Yepez is the 8-iron.
well, he hit it in the water, so he's got to take a penalty stroke. But well, I mean, we're on.
Oh
we're,
my
we're,
god,
no, we're on.
Yepez! Yepez!
And there it is.
The
Here we
co-
are. Laraujo,
Well, we're on.
back on the
well,
green.
we're on
So
hole
many
8 well, we're
things
on
are
hole 8
being
right
taken
now.
out of context tonight. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Yepez, though, he's
Plus
going
2.
for it. Watch this drive from Yepez. Triple.
Too early for that, okay? It's a 3-card run and he's still at 8, okay?
It's still a drive. I don't care. Shut up.
You can't just use
I mean,
it anytime
it's the
you
start of the
want.
game, so he is going for a drive here, but
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Brad, okay. It has to be like a big run or at least like a run to the end. If you still have a bunch of cards
Fine,
left,
he hit
you
it with
do
that 7-iron, you
That's fine.
said. Anyway, crossing to red.
what
hit
would
the
red be
1-iron.
on a golf course? That's still like the only one I don't really know.
Lava.
Lava. Yeah, we're on a very interesting golf course here, next to an active volcano. So
Just
If you
insane.
can,
It's wild,
the
dude.
trees, cause like in fall.
if you can hit your ball into the volcano, it's -10.
What if it goes through the volcano, pops out of the volcano, and lands in the hole? And it's a hole in one. What happens then?
you better hope you're recording.
Heat death of the universe.
We are streaming live, so I think we're good on that front.
Anyway,
Like in the
we
red
have
right now.
Hot lava.
Never
Running
go back
down
Hot
into the
like
green.
water.
lava.
Switch
Now
to
they're
the blue
dousing
here.
water over it. They're trying to put out the fire. Yepez with the water, and he's really controlling the switches here. It just seems prophesized. I am the oh my god. Yepez doesn't just want that smoke, he is making the smoke.
What does Lara do here, though?
Not Clint style, but the smoke.
We didn't start the fire.
We're not gonna read that.
That was logged,
Right, yeah.
Yepez. Be careful.
All right.
Cross over to
And
green.
back into the grass.
Edits and deletes are all logged. You cannot escape
Ooh.
unless someone destroys the evidence. Which I definitely don't think anyone would do something like that. No. Yepez draws.
Yepez is not liking the fairway here. We'll see what Lara can do with this. This is the first try. It's going to be a self ditto.
Continues to hit it down the fairway.
There's Gon's card. Still
See him
nothing
tomorrow.
from Yepez.
Fuck.
And now we're tied.
Are indeed.
Yeah, this is these draws are good for Lara. This is really what they need to get themselves back into this game. And especially with Yepez still holding on to that power play and being one away from the series win, you got to think he's going to be holding on to that until he gets that finish. But a draw from Lara is actually going to halt that momentum a little bit.
Now they're hitting Draw City. They're hitting the deck now. Oh, but there's Lara with a wink just as I dropped the sticker. Shout out, Leah. The reason why we're laughing at half the things we're talking about tonight. Cross over to
Yepez hits it into the water here. We'll see if we keep it playing or.
Yeah, really, it was the second I put that too.
Oh, here comes Monkey joining the action here. And someone else
and
left.
Tapir
So
died.
a bit of a Well, we traded Tapir for Monkey, so
Hi,
um,
Monkey.
What a
they're running the
trade.
blue, and that double actually is gonna give.
That's actually a blockbuster.
It's gonna give Lara. That's gonna give the Lara the lead.
Oh! He came back. He came back. We were just saying, Tapir. We were just saying how we traded you for Monkey somehow. I don't know how this happened.
Oh man,
Harrison
so
wouldn't
tight.
have. Nico
I mean,
Harrison
still,
would.
I mean,
He
yeah,
would make that trade.
Still,
He would.
still a better trade than Luka to the Lakers, but anyways.
Rip.
Are looking to take advantage of the situation here on the blue.
Double play.
Typing it out a bit.
And
Tipping it out a bit. Could have a big run.
Yeah, could have a run indeed. He's up just by the mere possession arrow. And see what he's got cooking here. This could be for game 8 as well, but wonders, well, power play could be in play. Oh, triple. On a quadruple, there it is, and that's it.
There it is.
That's it.
No power play required. And we are going to a game number 9. Yeah, it is a board series with that as well. 8:43 makes it a board series. It is 4-4. And both power plays are gonna be in play for this one. And it's gonna be a very exciting one. I mean, you look at the stats here. A +4 differential on the +4s for Yepez, but a +4 differential on playing wilds for Lara, and that's really helped him a lot throughout the series. And still Yepez behind on self draws from the jump, and it's a nail biter, and comes down to a 9th game, and my goodness. And I think really, to me, Tapir, I think it's really come down to who's gonna have the last laugh, who's gonna have that last big run to the finish, whether it be 2 cards or what we just saw with a 6-bagger from Lara and saw a 7-bagger earlier from him. Yepez saying didn't have anything. It's really coming down to who's got the final answer in the end, and now we're gonna come down to a game 9 where power play is most definitely gonna be in play as Yepez is gonna send it.
Sure thing. And I think something else to look at with the card stats here, both players do have 9 wilds. When you add them both together, it's just
Oh
that
yeah.
Yepez has the wild +4s there. Obviously, the +4s are a lot more powerful than just the regular wilds, but Lara does have the advantage there on the regular wilds, which can come in play if you need to just stop a run or something like that. So we'll see what happens here. As we go into game 9, we're going to have that full sense, so obviously a lot of room to plan your moves accordingly. And then, like you said, we still have both power plays, which could obviously make for a very eventful series here. So um, I think we're ready to get into it,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
I said the right
I
one this time.
think we're looking for a good ending for the series here.
Absolutely.
We had this is the
Good job, Brad. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
This is the 3rd double card start, and it's another
And it's
wild.
a second free choice. And are we going to be
Yeah.
cultured once again and do a
Second
full
start
send
wild.
+1? Full send +1?
Absolutely not.
14 twice, 13 twice, 15 twice. We've only had
Yeah.
16 card starts in 9 games.
Yeah,
That
and
might be a record.
it's not something you see a lot. Tapir, we talked earlier about how we are used to seeing more of a parity of card starts because the strategies can shift, but both these guys just love to keep it high. I mean, obviously, we saw the 1-5, but really it's been mid to upper tier almost the whole night. And I don't blame Yepez for going the send. I don't think I'd want to go with 5 after getting burned at least a little bit of a longer game, not necessarily straight up luck. As Yepez is going to play his card to start off the culture plays.
Yeah, if you take a look aside from that 5, it has been all double digits this series. And I think a good reason for that is because with those double digit card starts, you have again a lot more time to plan out your moves accordingly. And for a game 9, you really don't want to leave that to chance with what you would have with a 5 or a 6 or a 7 card start. Doing that 15 is really the ideal way to make sure that whatever you're doing is luck or skill based, excuse me, so that you at least have a fighting chance. You're not just leaving it up to the bot. As we go into blue here.
Cross to blue early, and once again taking their time on the early plays, but that seems to be how it goes. It's very interesting. Normally we see kind of like constant pace, but I've noticed to see like it's a slow start, but once they really get locked into the rhythm, it really starts to pick up. That seems to
It
have
does,
been
yeah.
what they've been doing this entire round here. As we're gonna go from the ground to the top. All been similarly length games as well, all in the same neighborhood. And you see that log. It's been the highest. The 12 minutes is a little bit of an outlier, but it's been between 5 and 8 minutes pretty much the entire series. As Yepez is going to find his way back to green.
Still running down the greens here. I don't think at this point I'd want to go too aggressive with the color switches just yet, only because there's a lot of cards left to be played here. I
It's a
don't
winner go
think
home
that.
game here. You don't want to be too aggressive. They seem to be only playing green and blue. We still don't know a lot of their deck yet. There's a lot of places the game could go.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's still a lot left to go. You really wouldn't want to experiment too much here, especially on a game point match. Uh, the tiebreaker wouldn't really want to experiment too much. So
Finally
we are
switched to
going.
yellow. As I was about to say, like they've seen 8 games of the other player play, so like they should know what to expect.
Or maybe not, because as you just said, there's a lot of ways it can go. So you might see, different looks. Obviously,
Double.
a lot of D1 players have a lot of different looks. You have the big players like KT, Ashley, they have 100 different looks. And so it's up to the players to figure out exactly what they're seeing and deciphering the best play there. As we're running down these yellows here, Sting 5. It is at this moment that Yepez at 10 is Ty Lara with the possession arrow here. Let's see if he can get to a double play, possibly more.
Double play that Lara pulled gave him the possession arrow. Now he's gonna try it. Lara's trying to keep that momentum. Red wild to go. Yepez
Double wild. No
undercuts.
way. We have to assume there's ice here on yellow, but let's see.
Undercut
Could
a
have been a
wild with another
fader.
wild.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep, no. Nope.
Come on, KT Classic. Ah,
Plus 2 in this game. Still haven't seen a power play yet.
I would think it would be a little early.
Nope.
Yeah, just triple
Blue
play,
release.
extra sticks for Lara there. And also, Brad, I would say, if it was game, I think we would have seen the power play there. Not sure though.
I
Yeah.
definitely think he would have used it if he needed. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's also possible that he may not have needed it. There's always a moment where, I mean, you might have a run like because Lara had that long run, didn't need the power play to use it. If you can do it all in one shot, what's the point? But
Well, the point would be to stop the other player from using theirs, because they can still use it
Oh,
defensively.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess unless you
So
wanted to
it's
chain,
just
yeah, because
protective
Yepez isn't
for-
really
yeah.
chaining either, which I think that yeah, you're right. Yepez isn't really pulling any chains. He's going one at a time, which could make him vulnerable to that kind of play if Lara senses it. Which Yepez now down to 4 and trying to close in on it.
I feel like
I
Lara
think
has to find something soon here because
That's exactly what I
Yepez
was
is
gonna
getting
say.
lower and lower down.
Yeah.
And you gotta wonder when that power play is coming because I feel like he still has at least 1 or 2 ammo cards left to get that run to the finish. So
Yes.
maybe a bit of the alarm should be going off for Lara here, but
Yeah.
we'll see what they have. It could just ultimately be a situation where that +6 just gave them squat, and if that's the case, that's a really bad spot they're in.
Yeah. And like we've talked about a lot throughout the series, it's really come down to who's had the right answers in the right places and who's had the stronger finishes, because it's almost always been on some kind of ammo finish. It hasn't been on a single number play or any number efficiency apart from that 4 finish from earlier, but it's really just come down to who's had the right shots at the end, and they're really taking pause here again, considering their options, seeing what can be done. What will he do here? Horseman definite in every game and will +4, so big one there. The +4 to keep it defensive, and once we're about in that range where these games have been finishing, but might have prolonged it a little bit. Lara made it just within 3 now.
I think the big hope for Lara on that is that Yepez had maybe some sort of lineup here, and that +4 gave him 1 or 2 junk cards that get straight out on his individual color.
Yeah, that
If
lock him
that's
up.
the case, then Lara's not in a bad spot because now you're forcing Yepez to go onto this colors and then get an immediate switch out of it. And if he doesn't really have that option, that could cause trouble. But Lara's going to draw on the red right away, so he was actually hoping for a quick switch there and didn't get it.
Yeah. And Yepez, he's not gonna try and rush it either, so he'll go for a double. He's not one to rush it, so unless he's got the right connections in place.
And I say that a lot too. You can't really rush that win because even if you try for that plan A strategy, then you might get hit with a +4, and it might not work anyway.
Lara crossing the yellow off that double, trying to keep the momentum in his favor, but Yepez is again down to 5, down to 4. Again, we talk about that junk that G just mentioned, and just all depends on where he needs to go, and Lara just walking on eggshells a little bit, and Yepez now drawing, so needing another way through, and Lara trying to keep it in control.
There's your junk card right there, yellow 7. That might have come from that +4, and Yepez might be in a tough spot here. Double yellow 6 is going to force him to get a top deck.
Unless he finds a 6. Oh, okay. Skip draw.
Not a skip.
Definitely a bait play. Definitely trying to find a switch. There's no doubt that's what Yepez is looking for there. No two ways about it at this point. We'll see if Lara bites or continues to roll and might still have more yellow in the tank. Down to just 9 cards, a 4-card lead for Yepez, but he is treading water trying to find a way across to another color. Always the slight possibility that you could top deck a skip off this and get your way over to another color. Anything's possible in this game sometimes. And Lara's going to do it for him, but +4s and flips it. Lara ahead by 2.
That's the second +4 from Lara in this game.
Yes. Huge. Huge. 10.5 minutes gone by in game 9. It is 4-4. Winner take all. Winner goes to the regional final, the Diablo region. And
I mean, this could be big for Lara. A lot of people were not expecting Lara to go into this game with the win here, and now we're in a game 9 situation where it's going to come down to who gets this power play here. So
yeah,
if they could find a way to run these numbers down, maybe get a run here or two. And
but
there's the third plus
back.
4.
Might have found that off a +4 as well, so eye for an eye potentially. I'd consider, unless he was controlling, which I mean, we've seen plenty of ammo control tonight, so it's very possible he could have been saving that for a last ditch. With Lara still behind, not a bad idea to hold on to it. Don't need to flush it out right away.
Yeah, Yepez does not want to lose this here, so he is going to go for the +4 early. He's gonna of course he's gonna have a plan with this. Now whether this plan is running green or finding a quick switch, we'll see. But Yepez does not want to lose this. He wants to start the season off with back-to-back regional finals here, as that would be big for him going into the big picture with making the playoffs.
Final fours as well.
That as well.
But
yeah, again, Lara trying to
in March, and Nick in that Final Four. In March. Now he's looking to try and make it back. He's 6-1, looking to go 7-1 to start the year. Spectacular start for Yepez, even if he doesn't win here tonight. Just coming out swinging, and it's not a start he had last year and was never able to really. T1 was a really solid start for him, but he just wasn't able to put too much more together. Now, and wasn't able to make Super League after being the first champ, and now he's trying to get back in there and try and win it again. And
that could be a big switch from Lara there, because Yepez has nothing on yellow, but
he's iced
okay,
too, so they're stuck on the Recce top 4.
Could not find the connection to get out of it, and now both are stuck in Draw City on the yellow 4.
And this is probably gonna make it the longest game of the series right here, and that often happens a lot. Is we see the longest game of the series be the last one, and yeah, there it is, 13:06.
Yep, that is the longest. So yeah, I mean, both fighting for this, really wanting this, putting up a great final game here to close things out. It's going to be really come down to the hand building here. This is going to probably be a 3-color game going forward. But I think this really comes down to what the split is on the colors here and who gets the first bite.
Tapir, if you ever got any thoughts, feel free to pipe in. I know you're over there.
No, you're fine. G's cooking over there, so yeah.
Got the crossover action here.
It is late, so
yeah,
I do get some of the energy is fading a little bit, but
yeah,
I'm still doing fine.
Well, you're on the West Coast.
You live on the West Coast.
you are for you. Shut up.
It's 9:30 for you.
Bro was yawning at 9. Bro was yawning half an hour ago.
I yawn 24/7. Okay, what's your problem?
It's got you so tired. God damn. Anyway, Lara top winks with the other 4, so we're still probably stuck. I mean, 4. There's a double play, +2 for Yepez going over to Lara, and now Lara is now back to the sender at 15, and it's anyone's game here.
I just realized this. Both are at really high cards right now, 12 to 15 right now. So we still got a lot of game left to go.
Yeah, plenty. This could be a board game. It's very possible.
And there's not really going to be many. There's not really. I mean, the +4s are not really going to be that of it. Just the wilds in general. There's only one wild and one +4 here. So if there's the ammo, most of this has got to come on the numbers with the reverse skips +2s.
You'd think if either one has it that they're probably going to hold on to it to try and keep it for the end, unless they are in a very bad situation later down the road. But they're close enough that I don't think that they're going to keep it. They're going to use it any sooner than trying to get a win or playing defensively.
I'm waiting for this red switch here. To me, that's going to be the biggest game changer on how the rest of this game goes. We've really not seen a lot of it so far, despite this game going pretty long. So I think whenever we get that switch to red, which I do think is going to happen at some point, that's really going to be setting the pace on who ends up walking away with a victory here.
Absolutely. Because with the ALP5, they're both back and forth on the green, and Yepez by just a mere deuce ahead. They're close behind. It's going to come down to the numbers game, and when we're this thin on the deck, and that makes it harder to try and pull ahead, you got to find some ice plays, but as long as you can keep running, you're going to keep running. You're still in double-digit land, so with so many cards being played, you look at the history, you just not. There's still a lot of reverses and skips out there, but drawn quite a bit. So
there's the red.
And there is the red, and really got to. Both of them really got to be on guard at this point. G, you got to be careful. Because, I mean, none of the reverses and skips have been used. There could be a huge storm brewing for one of these guys. It all depends on who got what when they were drawing deep into the deck there.
And, I mean, if neither of them has it, then suddenly the draws may become more appealing because you have a lot of those left in the deck. So, again, you're not really going to know what the opponent has. But, I mean, if neither of them has it, suddenly that draw could be the biggest difference on who wins this and gets the ammo.
Definitely so. Just been up for over 2 hours up on stream. As we are getting close to... What?
Going on this stream, and like we had the stream right before this, didn't we? So
it was. So really, we been about 2 hours 40 minutes total since 9 Eastern, or after 9. It was more like 9:20. Tapir's dropped out.
Unfortunately, I think Tapir's having internet issues. Unfortunately,
yeah, he was having internet issues. The internet, but
yeah,
he also could have gone to bed.
Wow,
maybe
like fair is fair. Shout out to Tapir for carrying us through the night.
Give me the tag.
Yeah.
Now we're going through the throw colors. This is really going to be a 3-color game here. I really don't expect to see any yellow. But Yepez has really been the one who's initiating these switches.
He's back.
So, I mean, he's really just controlling the pace on what the colors are, which, I mean, could be to his favor. I think the biggest thing for Lara here is he cannot draw at this point, because if he draws, that may as well be curtains.
Oh no my goodness!
Does that end up being
from
a fatal
7
switch?
cards, and he's gonna just play the Vapor 6? Is this a number switch?
Could this be defensive?
Is he switching colors, or does he have a 6-card finish?
The long type does not make me feel like this is a switch. So I feel like this could be the finish with the type.
Yeah, this might be the drive.
That's this drive. Yeah. Are we watching this drive? 6-card finish off the green 6. Do we see this?
6 iron.
The 6 iron, yes.
From the fairway.
60
wondering
yards away.
I'm wondering if something in this Lara has the last +4 here, which is going to be the big difference.
Yeah, that could be the connection he needs.
Oh, yeah.
As that will probably not make it a board. Right. We're gonna hit 20 minutes before we wrap up here, and I think, yeah, just making sure he's +2s, and all the +2s didn't even have the +4, and we've hit. Have we hit? Did we hit 20 on that? We did 20 even.
20.
Oh my!
20 is
9. Oh my god!
Lara continues the upset run and makes it to the regional finals for, I believe, the first time in their career.
Yeah, I think. Holy shit! I just beat Yepez.
No way.
The terror has been stopped.
Yeah, that was honestly a great series. Though,
that was a remarkable.
Big credits to both players here.
I'm finally getting a banger series. Let's go.
you're getting the karma paid back. But even though Yepez didn't get the win here, that was still a great performance from him nonetheless.
yeah.
Obviously going to be disappointed with the loss,
Spectacular.
but I still think he's still did a great job. And
Oh,
he's still in a really good
and
spot.
even then, he's done good for himself just in the first 2
No,
tournaments.
he had the ending.
Stop!
He had the ending.
Stop!
He was one
No.
away.
Stop! He would have power play. Stop it! Oh.
No way. No way.
And once again,
Yeah.
folks, the possession arrow is key. 1 turn away. What do you think I've gone through this season?
He lost on a 50-50 because if he power played the red, he would have actually wait a second.
Oh my.
Red skip. I mean, no. If he power played the red, I think he would have won the game. I don't know if Lara would have jumped on the +2 because they would have burnt that connection.
Oh my goodness. That is absurd, man. That is absurd. Yes. Oh my goodness. So, Lara, I would ask you final thoughts, but I think your comment right after there summed it up. Any more thoughts on that? I mean, what a series, and I mean, I believe, first regional final in your career. How does it feel to make it to this point and do it against a proven commodity in Yepez, who's won a Super League championship? Just a remarkable feat for you in your career here, and what a run you've been on. Overall thoughts there. And as Lara moves to 3-1, 15-9 in games, and Yepez dropping to 6-2, but still a solid record with a 6-2 record, 35-21 in games. It's been a solid first 2 tournaments for him. Definitely can't feel too bad if you're Yepez. Had a great series at this point so far. I didn't watch Seth and Ed, but definitely gonna be up there in the placements for sure. Yeah, he's still gonna be away being the 13th seed, but the stock is rising for Lara. And and that's just what happens when you pull upsets. You get used to being a road warrior.
This is just to confirm, this is Lara's first regional finals appearance,
Yes.
so big moment for them. But they've also tied their 2024 record with 3 wins. So
Wow.
this is a really good start for
Wow.
Lara. And I mean, they joined late 2023. I'm double checking that. I don't think they got a win in 2023. They may have gotten 1, but let me just double check. Just to make sure I'm not spreading misinformation. I think I'm spreading misinformation on Lara being in 2023. Okay.
Was
So
novice
now
class,
Lara was
though.
20. Lara was
wasn't
2020. So Lara jumped in 2024 then. And went 3-5 last season. Now they're already at 3 wins to start this season.
I think wasn't Lara in the sophomores
Oh,
last
you
year?
were?
Yeah, it was in T5. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Was this under a different? Oh, it is because we misspelled your name on the 2023 sheet. That's why. But yeah, no, they did not. They did not win. They did not win a game in T5. But yeah.
Yepez, thoughts on the drives? Do you think the After Dark fun was? You say from the quote. Do you think? Do you feel burned after making the 51st state jokes this evening? And Tapir, I know you were jumping in and out at the end there, but final thoughts on this? What a series! And do you think you've been discouraged from doing a doubleheader again?
A little bit. Just a little bit. Honestly, it wasn't all that bad. But it was a good series to end it on. It was a very thrilling series. It wasn't one that was largely dominated by luck. It was one that both players really had their moments, and it's always exciting when it gets to game 9. Doesn't matter what game it is.
And it's
If
a
it
win or
gets to
go
game
home,
9, it's going to be
absolutely.
a good one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very happy to have been a part of this one.
My goodness, and I lose having fun than win being bored. Fair enough. I'll accept that one. But yeah, Yepez, like I said, 6-2, gonna be fine. Gonna have lots more opportunities to build that resume. He's had a solid start to his year, and we'll look to T3 to try and keep the momentum going. Lara, once again, best run of his career, and again joining back in T5 of 2023, breaking his total wins. And again, we've seen that. We saw that with Nick in T1. I'll just say that now. Broke his win total by like way before he even made the finale. So there's a lot of faces that we didn't expect to break out or breaking out, and that's obviously very exciting for us to all bear witness to. So it is going to be Lara in 9, moving on to the regional final and the Endurance 8, as we call it here in Auto April, and the winner will take on either Nam or G tomorrow at 7, streaming live. We're excited for that part of a triple header. We take a look at tomorrow's schedule as I say that triple header, and it's going to start with unfortunate but had to be done non-stream between Tapir and Gon Jaguar Region semifinal. The Jaguar Region final will be decided by the end of the day, and again that Nam versus G game will be the Diablo semi at 7, and then at around 9:15 it'll be KT and Andy, and they will know their opponent come 9:15 as Tapir and Gon will start the day. So that is a triple header. Again, Tapir and Gon will be non-streamed starting at 4:30, running at warp speed. So that is going to do it for tonight. Special thanks to Tapir getting in the doubleheader. I'm sorry that it was exhausting, but it's exhausting for me too. It's fine. We'll do one again sometime.
You've dealt with worse. I Fitzy game as a reminder.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
even get to finish that one.
Yeah. Thanks
Oh,
to
yeah,
G for
guys.
being relief as well. Thanks to Brad
Yeah,
for
let's-
also knowing when to step in when After Dark took over.
yeah.
And for reffing, of course.
That's funny.
Brad
Yepez
was
actually
the
did
Larry Mack
Lara
of it
Regional
all.
Fantasy. And Yepez is in 3rd now. Nick's in 1st. He also had Laraujo. Funny.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. But thanks to everyone who helped out tonight, and thanks to our great players, Yepez and Lara, for putting on a spectacular night after dark. And it's Lara continuing the upset special run. House money goes to the Endurance 8 in the Diablo region, and that matchup will be set tomorrow night. But that is going to do it. I've been Not Short for all of us here at Emory Uno. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Streaming at 7. Action starts at 4:30. Take care and have a great night. And for some of you, it's already Wednesday. Good morning.
This has been a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.